She hops along on that pathway to history. Her first ever title at this major championship. Career major number 5. Husband David Esch out there to extend a warm hug as they savor the moment. Annika soars again here. Donna Capone, take it away.
Very emotional, Annika. Well, you did it. You finally got that LPGA championship off your back.
Thank you, Donna. Yeah, it was a tough day for me, but hang in there. And Grace played such a good round today in the afternoon. She kept the pressure on me, but came down the last hole, and it was exciting, but I made it when I needed to.
Well, all that hard work paid off. Congratulations. Back to you, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Congratulations, Annika Sorenstam. Mary Bryant, it was a pleasure. She'll go for the career Grand Slam first weekend of August. The Royal Lytham, the Women's British Open. We send our best to our colleague Steve Milton, recovering from recent back surgery, and on behalf of the entire CBS golf team, Jim Nance, along with Mary Bryan, we hope you enjoyed the coverage here from DuPont Country Club. Annika Sorenstam continues to be the talk of the sport. She's the champion here at the McDonald's LPGA Championship.
To try and catch a killer, one FBI agent's about to become.
He's going for it.
Live bait.
Oh my God.
Don't miss Without a Trace, Thursday after CSI.
The network more people turn to for the best in annual sports television. The year-round leader, CBS Sports.
Broadway's Tony Awards, tonight at 8, 7 Central. Root for the best on CBS.
News Channel 5 reporting has changed things for the better in this community, because we're part of the community ourselves. Because this is our hometown. This is where we live. This is where we raise our families. And I think the public sense is that we've got a stake in this community, just like they've got a stake in this community. We have dedicated ourselves to being your news and information leader. That's not an empty motto. That's something we take seriously, and we approach every story with that in mind. How can we be the one that people can turn to and get complete information?
On the next Inside Edition, after all the anticipation, reaction to Hillary Clinton's big interview.
Positioning herself as a woman who had gone through pain and heartache is a position that will gain her votes.
And in her own words, hear Hillary read from her book. Then, backstage at 2 major award shows, inside the Tony Awards and the Essence Awards. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Monday at 4:30 on News Channel 5.
Accused of unspeakable crimes they didn't commit on the next Montel.
This is the CBS Evening News with John Roberts.
Good evening. The battle over President Bush's Supreme Court nominees opened up today. Abortion rights activists unleashed a barrage of critical ads, while Republicans brainstormed ways to get their picks for the Supreme Court through the confirmation process. Just one thing missing in this equation. There are no nominees, or even vacancies on the court for that matter. But as Randall Pinkston reports, it's not stopping a preemptive strike.
This new commercial from the National Abortion Rights Action League is intended to be shocking. A wake-up call for the movement whose leaders fear change in the Supreme Court could overturn the landmark Roe v. Wade decision, legalizing abortion.
The court has a razor-thin majority that protects the right to choose. A shift of just 1 or 2 votes, and American women could lose their right to choose.
Many court watchers expect Chief Justice William Rehnquist or Associate Justice Sandra Day O'Connor or both to retire. So far, no justice has announced any plans. But NARAL insists its campaign is not premature.
There's still time to protect your right to choose.
Well, it's going to be a firestorm. I think that's an unfortunate thing, but it's the place that we are right now.
That's the message from the anti-abortion movement.
The next vacancy will, in this highly partisan, highly riven environment, make the Bork fight look like a game of tiddlywinks.
Robert Bork, nominated by President Reagan, was rejected in 1987 by what was then a majority Democrat Senate. Republicans are in the majority now, and Democrats are hoping that if a vacancy does occur, President Bush nominates someone acceptable to both sides.
I don't like judges too far right or too far left, Because when judges are ideologues, they want to make the law. And the founding fathers, in their truly eminent wisdom, said judges should interpret the law.
A conservative group headed by a former White House official has launched its own TV campaign criticizing Democrats who have blocked some of the president's nominees to lower courts. And the Bush administration is huddling with its advisors to plot strategy over any upcoming battle for the Supreme Court. John?
Randall Pinkston reporting tonight. Randall, thanks. Bush administration officials were out again today defending their reasons for going to war against Iraq, pushing back against charges they misled the world about the extent of Saddam's weapons programs. Joey Chen reports while it's not yet a political problem for the president, it's on its way to becoming one.
President Bush is under growing pressure to prove that his administration did not cook intelligence in order to gain widespread support for a war against Iraq. Top officials today firmly rejected claims that they exaggerated the threat of Iraq's weapons.
It is really somewhat outrageous on the part of some critics to say that this was all bogus. It isn't, not in the least was it bogus. And the work continues.
But intelligence leaked to various news agencies suggests that even as the president urged action to rid Iraq of chemical weapons, the Pentagon's own analysts were warning there was no hard evidence that the weapons existed. There is growing concern the intelligence was manipulated to justify the war. The CIA is now conducting a review, as is the Senate Intelligence Committee. Still, the president's top security advisors insist the decision to go to war was based on the strength of the case made against Saddam Hussein over more than a decade.
There's a bit of revisionist history going on here. The truth of the matter is that repeated directors of Central Intelligence clearly give a picture of a regime that had weapons of mass destruction and was determined to conceal them.
The president insists no one ever said it would be easy to find weapons of mass destruction, and they may yet turn up. Meantime, inspectors continue to comb Iraq for evidence of Saddam Hussein's worst intentions. Joey Chen, CBS News, the White House.
And he hopes that the Mideast peace process was on a fast track after last Wednesday's summit died in a hail of gunfire today. 5 Israelis were killed in what appears to be a coordinated attempt by terrorist groups to ruin any chance for peace. Kimberly Dozier has the latest.
Palestinian extremists today attacked the latest Mideast peace effort on 2 fronts. They opened fire on a West Bank settlement in Hebron, killing 1 Israeli. At a Gaza checkpoint, they killed 4 more. All 5 Palestinian attackers were shot dead. Hamas, one of 3 militant groups who collaborated on the Gaza attack, broke off ceasefire talks with the new Palestinian leadership on Friday.
We are all in the trench of resistance. We are all against surrender.
The violence threatened to obliterate the Mideast peace roadmap, inked only days ago by American, Israeli, and Palestinian leaders. Fledgling Palestinian Prime Minister Mahmoud Abbas, known as Abu Mazen, may be forced into an armed showdown with the militants if he's to keep his roadmap promise of keeping Israelis safe.
Israeli intelligence sources say they have urgent warnings of dozens of planned terrorist attacks, but they don't think Abu Mazen is yet ready or able to help. So they've sealed off all entrances into Israel from the West Bank.
Israel says it will keep security high until Palestinians prove they can police their own.
There's no substitute for dismantlement of the terrorist infrastructure, from disarming the terrorists.
Nothing less will satisfy these people, members of the Israeli Prime Minister's own party, furious with Ariel Sharon for giving the Palestinians another chance. Sharon's personal guard has been boosted for fear someone will match this anger with violence. Kimberly Dozier, CBS News on the West Bank.
A new disease outbreak and new concerns for the CDC. That story when we return.
I used to be laid back about everything. Nothing's too serious for me, especially my heartburn. Sure, most days it felt like I'd swallowed a blowtorch. It wasn't serious. So what if I practically had to sleep standing up like a horse? It wasn't serious. Fine, yes, I changed my diet. I started exercising more. It helped a bit. But then one day as I was chasing my breakfast with cherry-flavored antacids, it hit me. Maybe my heartburn is serious. So I go to my doctor and she tells me I have acid reflux disease. Acid reflux disease! But then she prescribed Prevacid because it helps prevent the acid and heal the damage. So I keep doing all the right things, take 1 Prevacid once a day, and I can be my laid-back self. Seriously.
Prescription Prevacid actually helps prevent acid where it starts by turning off many of the pumps that produce it.
Prevacid has a low occurrence of side effects such as diarrhea, abdominal pain, and nausea. Other serious stomach conditions may still exist. Ask your doctor for more information and if Prevacid is right for you. Help prevent the acid with Prevacid.
Ask me anything about cranberries. I spent a good part of my life knee-deep in them. But when it came time to start figuring out retirement, all that, I was in over my head. I don't admit that very often. I found someone I trusted, and we put together a whole plan. Now I don't have to think about it too much. Suits me fine.
Retirement and estate planning from Mutual of Omaha. It's never too late to start planning for tomorrow. Begin today.
Not one of these allergy medicines can give you long-lasting seasonal allergy relief without the risk of drowsiness. But Allegra 180 can. For people 12 and over, side effects are low and may include headache, cold, or back pain. Choose long-lasting relief without drowsiness. Allegra.
Ask your doctor today if Lipitor is right for you.
It's a beautiful morning.
Ask your doctor today about Vioxx, a prescription medicine from Merck, and find out what Vioxx can do for you. Vioxx.
It's time to toss it up. Time to grill it up. It's time for Red Lobster's new Mix It Up Shrimp. Combine a few of our 5 mouth-watering flavors, all served with our famous Cheddar Bay biscuits and salad. Mix It Up Shrimp. It won't be around for long.
What's as gentle as Senecot natural vegetable laxatives? Senecot tablets contain 100% natural senna. The original senna laxative shown to be effective in 50 clinical studies. Yet Senecot gives you overnight relief from occasional constipation gently. Senecot works gently, works overnight.
The Centers for Disease Control is investigating a surprising outbreak of a disease similar to deadly smallpox. At least 19 people in the Midwest have come down with monkeypox, the first known cases in America. And as Jim Acosta reports, the illness came from the most unlikely of sources.
Authorities in Wisconsin quarantined 2 exotic animal stores in Milwaukee, where pet prairie dogs appear to be the source of the Western Hemisphere's first ever outbreak of the rare monkeypox virus. The disease, which is linked to smallpox but is less infectious, was previously unheard of outside of Africa. But since mid-May, monkeypox has sickened at least 19 people in 3 states. Eileen Whitmarsh's store was quarantined after she found lesions under her arms and on her scalp after handling one of the infected prairie dogs, which have grown in popularity as pets.
I'm fine. You know, it's a lot better than what it was for those 2.5 weeks.
While nobody is severely ill right now, the virus does have a death rate as high as 10%.
It is very important that we limit the further spread of any new virus that can impact people or animals.
Investigators traced the outbreak to an exotic pet dealer outside of Chicago, concluding one of its Gambian rats, like this one, was ill and possibly infected prairie dogs that were later sold in Wisconsin. Because this virus jumped from animal to human and can be passed from person to person, health officials are urging hospitals to treat monkeypox as they would SARS and have patients recover in isolation. Infectious disease experts worry the virus could have traveled to other states, depending on where those prairie dogs were sold. Jim Acosta, CBS News, New York.
San Jose, California police spent the weekend trying to find a kidnapped 9-year-old girl. Searchers looked for the girl and a man who allegedly assaulted her mother and brother before escaping by car. Officials are also studying a neighbor's surveillance camera tape that shows the suspect driving away. Coming up next on tonight's CBS Evening News, pomp and circumstance and words of wisdom from the class of 2003.
Not one of these allergy medicines can give you long-lasting seasonal allergy relief without the risk of drowsiness. But Allegra 180 can. For people 12 and over, side effects are low and may include headache, cold, or back pain. Choose long-lasting relief without drowsiness. Allegra.
Get amazing instant savings on a desktop or notebook for your grad or dad from Gateway. Give them a great desktop for the incredible price of $499. Our 300S home desktop comes with a powerful Intel 2.1 gigahertz processor. Or give the gift of mobility for $799. An amazing price on our 400SP Plus notebook featuring a fast Intel 2 gigahertz processor. Plus, you don't have to mess with rebates, and shipping's already included. Call, click, and come in now for instant savings from Gateway, featuring the mobile Intel Celeron processor.
Ask your doctor today if Lipitor is right for you.
I love broccoli, peppers, garbanzos.
So why didn't you get any?
I'm worried they'll give me gas.
Ever try Beano? You take it before you eat to help prevent gas.
You take Beano?
Are you kidding? Take Beano before, and there'll be no gas.
Even if you brush your dentures every day, you're missing something. Brushing can miss odor-causing food particles trapped in crevices. Polydent with more polyvescent power scrubs out what brushing misses. Polydent every day for better odor control.
Oh, hey, hi, I'm Digger. Don't mind me, I'm just a dermatophyte. You know, a nail infection. All I want is to get in here and live under your nail. You can't get me with clippers or those surface treatments you try on your own. I'm in too deep in your nail bed. I'll make myself comfortable, invite a few friends. Settle in.
Do you have thick, discolored, or flaky nails? Millions of people do. It may be caused by an active live infection. That's why you should ask your doctor about prescription-only Lamisil. Unlike surface treatments, Lamisil is a pill that works through the bloodstream to target and attack the infection at its source, underneath the nail. In fact, you can start to see clearer, healthier nails in just 3 months. Lamisil isn't for people with liver or kidney problems. Barely serious side effects in the liver or serious skin reactions have occurred, so your doctor may do blood tests. Other side effects including headache, diarrhea, indigestion, and rash were generally mild. Ask your doctor about Lamisil. It's the #1 brand for treating infected nails. Once daily Lamisil tablets. Get your nail infection where it grows.
For this year's 1.3 million graduating college students, they're the final requirement. For the rest of us, they're a crash course in the issues facing a new generation. They're college commencement speeches. This brings best to the class of 2003 in tonight's Sunday Cover. The class of 2003 may remember graduation day with pride for the goals achieved.
Yes, ma'am.
And a bit of the pageantry. But it may be remembered mostly for the weather.
Okay, it's you guys that are standing in the rain. Okay.
I bring with me a small graduation present.
At U.S. military academies, the president and his aides demonstrated the lockstep discipline of the White House. It was either that or a shortage of speechwriters.
I hereby grant amnesty
to all those midshipmen who are on minor
conduct offenses.
I'll leave it to others to
determine the definition of minor.
Some sought to downplay their part in graduation day.
Someone like me, who is a commencement speaker, is kind of like the parsley on the plate at dinner.
Others played up their role.
Gibraltar may tumble, they're only made of clay, but our love is here to stay.
And some left plenty of room for interpretation. With the nation on edge, students paraded their colors under orange alert. War was the theme of many speeches, though the tone varied dramatically.
American Armed Services set an example of skill and daring that will stand for all time.
Now at 22, you have just witnessed a new war. This time the bombing operation was called shock and awe. The magnitude of our destructive power once again shocked and appalled the world.
And you, in this country, helped us to become free. You helped us to become democratic. You didn't bomb us into liberation. We became free non-violently.
There were themes of adversity and hope.
Thanks to medical science, I grew up in an age when polio simply didn't exist. I fully believe that in my lifetime, Parkinson's disease will share a similar fate.
Speechmakers issued challenges to improve the world.
The number one health problem in the United States is not SARS. It is not emerging infectious diseases or AIDS. It is the epidemic of obesity that we are watching unfold under our very eyes.
And there was sympathy for a graduating class that faces major hurdles.
The bubble has burst. 9/11 has happened, and now the world is not just a more sober place, but a place that's not hiring.
But at one college campus, the resilient spirit of the class of 2003 was saluted.
You're the bungee jumping generation. We could never do it ourselves. But our hearts leap and our adrenaline rises at the sight of all of you, arms outstretched, poised to do what? Something great.
And good luck to the class of 2003. It appears they may need it. We'll be right back.
Now you can help manage your diabetes anytime, anywhere. This is Glucerna, an ideal food for people with diabetes. Have a delicious snack bar or a meal bar, or enjoy a rich, creamy shake. Glucerna has the right balance of carbohydrates, fat, and protein. It's clinically proven to help manage glucose levels. And for free personalized meal plans, visit Glucerna.com. It's time for a taste of freedom.
The new Silverado is here, now with quadra-steer four-wheel steering. It's the most maneuverable full-size pickup you can get. Silverado, the truck from Chevy.
So what did the doctor say?
He said the reason that I'm having trouble getting around is pain from arthritis.
Really?
He said to get moving again, I should take a leave.
But we've always taken Tylenol.
I know, but the doctor said that nothing is better than a leave.
Doctors know Aleve can stop pain all day with fewer pills. And Aleve works right at the site of arthritis.
So how's the Aleve working?
Like a charm.
Aleve. And for all-day relief of your sinus pressure and pain, try Aleve Sinus and Headache.
About 4 years ago, my doctor said that Zocor was right for me. And since then, I've stuck with it. Ask your doctor if Zocor could work for you. Zocor, be there.
When my gang eats out, it's 5 different stomachs, 5 different stomach problems. But we don't need 5 medicines. We just need one. Pepto-Bismol. For heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, nausea, and diarrhea. Think pink. Think Pepto.
My wallet. My credit card was in it.
You did have a Capital One no-hassle card, right?
No.
Relax. Who's going to find it out here?
Whether your card is lost or stolen, with a Capital One no-hassle card, you're not liable for a penny. Plus, you get the nation's lowest fixed rates.
What's in your wallet?
NASA scrapped today's launch of the first of 2 new Mars rovers after rain and high winds swept Florida's Cape Canaveral. The size of golf carts, the sophisticated rovers will search for evidence of water on Mars. NASA will try the launch again tomorrow. And that's the CBS Evening News for this Sunday. For other stories that we prepared for this abbreviated broadcast, go to cbsnews.com. Later on CBS, 60 Minutes and a profile of Martha Stewart. Tomorrow on The Early Show, a Tony Awards wrap-up. I'm John Roberts in New York. Thanks for choosing CBS News. Have a good night.
For news 24 hours a day, log on to cbsnews.com. CBS News.
Straight ahead on News Channel 5 at 5:30, country music fans won't be coming to Nashville next year for Fanfare. We'll tell you why. Plus, 2 years ago, that historic church was hit by vandals, the organ broken into pieces. Today, hundreds of church members praised its return. And we will have a special preview of tonight's Tony Awards. The news is now.
From your news and information leader. This is News Channel 5 at 5:30.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Scott Couch. We're glad you're with us tonight. Topping our news, it is a special church whose members only meet once a year. Music plays a very important role in the service. Last year, that music was conspicuously absent, like the church, a victim of vandals. But this year, the music is back. News Channel 5's Alex Cabrero this afternoon taking us down to Murray County, where old things are new again.
On a hot afternoon inside a church with no electricity or air conditioning, you couldn't find a seat. Just hearing the organ was worth it.
To have it back again in working condition and sounding so good, it just was a real special feeling.
Glenn Perry has been hitting the right notes at St. John's Episcopal Church in Mount Pleasant for nearly 20 years. It only opens once a year, but it's